You don't always have to feel completely certain or comfortable to take a step forward. Sometimes all it takes is quiet confidence, the kind of courage that allows someone to act even when the path feels complicated, unconventional, or deeply personal. Few figures in Hollywood embody this kind of complexity more than John Travolta. For decades, he has remained one of the most recognizable faces in entertainment, a man whose charisma and talent made him unforgettable. Yet behind the dazzling smile, the iconic dance moves of Saturday Night Fever, and the charm of Danny Zuko in Grease, there exists a life shaped not only by fame, but by love, loss, resilience, and gradual transformation. Travolta's story is not just one of celebrity success, it is one of human endurance, private evolution, and the difficult choices that come when life shifts unexpectedly. The contrast between public stardom and private reality. John Travolta's career spans nearly 5 decades, and throughout that time, the contrast between his public persona and private experiences has been striking. The world watched him rise as a youthful star, admired his performances, and celebrated his comebacks. But few could fully grasp the personal challenges unfolding behind the curtain. Fame brought constant scrutiny, rumors, and speculation. Yet Travolta rarely responded publicly. Instead, he chose a quieter approach, focusing on family, work, and the commitments that mattered most away from cameras. Even as headlines attempted to define him, he remained guarded, measured, and deeply private. In recent years, however, subtle signs have suggested that Travolta has been re-examining long-held priorities, finding new ways to navigate grief, identity, and personal peace. A faith that once anchored his life. Travolta's relationship with the Church of Scientology has long been one of the most defining elements of his public life. He joined the organization in his early 20s, at a time when his career was just beginning to take shape. For decades, he credited Scientology with helping him build confidence, overcome fear, and find direction in both personal and professional realms. Alongside his late wife, Kelly Preston, he became one of the most prominent celebrity figures associated with the church. Together, they were often seen as a devoted couple within that community, publicly expressing gratitude for the support and stability they believed it provided. Yet faith, like life itself, is rarely static. Over time, personal hardship and tragedy can prompt reflection, adjustment, and change in ways that are not always spoken aloud. Absences that began to speak loudly. Observers first began noticing subtle shifts in Travolta's connection to Scientology after the passing of Kelly Preston in 2020. Her death from breast cancer was a devastating blow, and the way Travolta spoke about it publicly carried hints of quiet evolution. He expressed deep gratitude toward doctors, nurses, and medical teams, but notably absent were the references to the church that had once been central in his public messaging. For those familiar with his history, that silence carried meaning. It suggested not a dramatic rejection, but a nuanced recalibration, a man grappling with loss and reconsidering how belief intersected with grief, reality, and daily life. Sometimes, the most significant changes are not announced through declarations, but through what is quietly left unsaid. Redefining boundaries and personal autonomy. In the years following Preston's death, friends and insiders noted other signs that Travolta was reshaping his life. He was seen spending time outside the familiar social circles that had long surrounded him. Even small actions, such as missing major events tied to his former routines, carried symbolic weight. Travolta could have easily maintained the same public affiliations, yet he seemed to be stepping back, choosing distance and privacy. This was not a loud statement against anything, but rather a reflection of shifting priorities. Grief has a way of changing what feels important, and for Travolta, personal peace and autonomy appeared to matter more than institutional expectations. The tragedy that marked him forever. To understand Travolta's evolution, it is impossible to overlook the profound tragedies that shaped him. The loss of his son, Jet, in 2009 was a pivotal moment that altered the course of his life. Jet was only 16 when he passed away, and the grief was made even heavier by the public nature of Travolta's fame. For a family already accustomed to Hollywood pressure, mourning became an intensely visible experience. Travolta and Preston were forced to navigate unimaginable sorrow while also protecting their other children from relentless attention. That loss left scars that would influence Travolta's approach to parenting, work, and emotional boundaries for years to come. Grief under the harsh light of public scrutiny. The aftermath of Jet's passing brought additional burdens. Private grief was compounded by legal and public challenges, including an extortion attempt involving sensitive documents. Travolta faced the surreal reality of defending his family's dignity while people attempted to profit from his tragedy. It reinforced the fragility of control, even for someone as famous as he was. Yet, through it all, his focus remained on protecting his children and honoring Jet's memory with quiet strength. The experience demanded boundaries, resilience, and an emotional endurance that few could truly comprehend. Kelly Preston. The love that grounded him. Travolta's bond with Kelly Preston was a cornerstone of his life. They met in 1987 and built a relationship rooted in shared humor, respect, and mutual devotion. Their marriage endured the volatility of Hollywood while striving for a grounded family life. Together, they raised 3 children: Jet, Ella Blue, and Benjamin. Kelly was not only his partner, but a stabilizing presence in his world. Her passing in 2020 was not just the loss of a wife, it was the loss of an anchor. In her absence, Travolta's life began to subtly shift, revealing just how deeply she had shaped his sense of balance, faith, and purpose. A quiet transformation after loss. In the years following these profound losses, Travolta's life has taken on a quieter, more intentional rhythm. Home life, once secondary to professional obligations, became central. Friends noted that he spent more time cooking, flying planes, and building meaningful routines with his children. Public appearances slowed, not out of retreat, but out of choice. This transition was not dramatic or confrontational. It was deeply human. It reflected a man redefining life on his own terms, guided by grief, love, and reflection rather than external expectations. A career moving at a different pace. Professionally, Travolta continued working, but with a different approach. Rather than chasing constant visibility, he began choosing projects more selectively. Films in recent years reflected a quieter engagement with his craft, allowing creativity without sacrificing family priorities. Even nostalgic public moments, like appearances celebrating Greece, were approached with warmth and appreciation rather than obligation. These moments showed a healthy balance, honoring his legacy while refusing to be trapped by it. Fatherhood and emotional growth. Travolta's greatest focus today is clearly his children. Ella Blue has pursued her own artistic path, while Benjamin continues growing up in an environment shaped by stability and care. Travolta has embraced parenting with quiet intention, nurturing independence while remaining a steady presence. Ordinary moments, family dinners, trips, everyday routines, carry deeper meaning now. These actions speak louder than any public interview. They reveal a man rebuilding life from the inside out, finding purpose not in spectacle, but in connection. Reflection, resilience, and redefined priorities. The past decade has been one of reflection and resilience for John Travolta. He has faced grief, public scrutiny, personal loss, and complicated long-term commitments. Yet, he continues forward with care. While the public may notice absences or silence, his choices reveal something deeper, a commitment to emotional well-being, family protection, and honoring those he has lost. His shifting focus reflects a universal truth. After tragedy, priorities change. He is choosing what parts of his past to carry forward and what to quietly release, creating space for peace rather than performance. A life guided by quiet choice. At 71, Travolta is living a life marked by balance, emotional awareness, and grounded intention. He supports his children, engages with fans, and continues meaningful work, but he does so on his own terms. His story is not one of scandal, but of transformation. It illustrates the quiet power of choice, the courage to redefine oneself after loss, to prioritize love over expectation, and to live with authenticity even under the weight of public attention. Legacy. Beyond the screen. Ultimately, John Travolta's legacy extends far beyond his iconic roles. It lives in the quiet decisions he makes as a father, a partner in memory, and a human being navigating life after grief. His evolution reminds us that behind every public persona is a private world of meaning. His journey is not about controversy, but about resilience, reflection, and the enduring importance of family, love, and personal integrity.